Okay, right. Well, I think we've got quite a few in now, so I think we'll get underway. As we've kind of mentioned before, this is going to be recorded, so anybody who comes in a little bit later will be able to get the recording a little bit later after the webinar. But okay, cool. So good morning, everybody. Just wanted to take the time today to introduce obviously the new Netwrix technical certification program. I'm Ian Ashworth. I'm the EMEA channel director for Netwrix. So if you don't know who I am, great to meet you. If you do, also great to see you as well on here. And such an unflattering picture of myself, it should hopefully cause a little bit of mirth for everybody as well. So first of all, before I kind of carry on into the presentation, I just really wanted to say to everybody, thank you very much for taking the time to join us for the launch of our brand new Netwrix Technical Certification course today. For us, we're both really excited and really proud to be sharing this program with you, as it represents not only another large step forward in our evolution as a channel company, but most importantly, will also hopefully help you and help us to bring us closer together with you guys, our channel community, and actually hopefully be even more strategic to you on a day-to-day basis when interacting with your customers. So to begin with, I just want to go through a couple of the housekeeping rules for the day. All attendees are going to be on mute today, so we are going to keep everybody on mute. That's just to kind of keep the flow going of the presentation. Please ask your questions in the questions box at the bottom of the GoToWebinar app. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be doing the Q&A at the end, again, so hopefully to kind of keep the flow of the presentation going. And those will be read out. Any that we don't read out on the day or at the end of the webinar today, what we will do is follow up with an email. So obviously every question that gets asked for us will get answered in the due course of the next 24 hours as well. You will receive a copy of the slides and webinar at the end of the webinar, so it will come as a follow-up email. Normally takes about 24 hours for that to come out, so a little bit of patience would be great, but we will get that out to you as soon as possible. And we should be roughly kind of doing about 60 minutes today. If we finish a little bit earlier, we'll give you a couple of minutes back of your day, but it will be about a 60 minutes presentation today. There will also be a survey at the end of the webinar, so please take your time to do that. It's only 4 questions, but would be really helpful just to evaluate what you thought of the presentation today as well. Cool. So meet the team. Introducing you to the people who will be doing the presentation today. You've obviously got myself as the EMEA channel director. You have Eleonora Lerpina, who is our channel marketing lead ninja, and she will be talking through, going through the actual kind of technical pieces to this. We've got Anton Tkach, who is the EMEA channel technical lead in the region, who is also known internally as one of our technical gods. And then what we've also got is we've got Dennis Van Leur, who's a sales engineer for one of our strategic distributors, UBM, who's actually already gone through the program and is just going to give a couple of thoughts to kind of what he's seen in his own words. And as I say, here's the agenda. So technical certification, we're going to do the program overview and demonstration, which is what Eleonora will be doing. Training overview and exam requirements from Anton, and then some early adopter feedback. Cool. So before I pass over to Eleonora, I just wanted to briefly touch on some of the business benefits that hopefully this program will be bringing to you guys. As I mentioned to you previously, we see the program as hopefully not only bringing us closer, but also becoming more strategic to our partner community. And from a business aspect, we see this in helping in some of the following topics that you can see here. So increased value add for partners. This really we see as kind of now being able to allow our partners to be able to do the life cycle management of the platform. So that kind of cradle to grave process that you do with your customers. So obviously not having to rely on Netwrix to be able to help. this will be something that you guys will be able to take on yourselves and show that value add to your customers, and obviously take that step forward to that trusted advisor status that most partners, or pretty much all partners on this call, would love to be in. We hopefully will also become more integral to your consultative-led approach as well. So again, really allowing you to do all the POC, to be able to start really kind of driving those conversations with the customers. And again, we are here to assist, and we are here to help you with all of this. But again, it allows you to build this into any of your security maturity reviews or audits that you do with customers. So really helping you to kind of be more consultative with them as well. It's also going to allow the partners to retain more revenue on the Netwrix opportunities, because again, instead of obviously selling Netwrix services, you will be able to sell your own services instead. And this is something that we're really kind of keen on impressing, is that Netwrix is a software company. We're not a services company. It's not something we want to be doing. This is definitely something we want the partners to be doing, and obviously benefiting from as well. Again, we are there to help if you obviously aren't ready to take that piece on. But in all those cases where you want to and you have the certification, the ability, then yes, we would like you to be doing that as well. It also, with this, it will help to be able to distinguish from the rest of the partner community. There will be a certification against this, and we will then be uploading that onto our partner finder as well. So on our website, if a customer goes on, they will be able to clearly see the partners who are technically certificated and who aren't. So maybe actually kind of helping to give that differentiation in a customer's mind when they're looking at selecting a partner to work with. And we also will be having a two-tiered certification. So for the partners who want to show that kind of further commitment and further skin in the game to kind of really kind of drive their accreditations forward, then we will have a two-tiered approach to this as well. And last but not least, as obviously one of the benefits to this, it will be a core part of maintaining, but also most importantly, progressing through the partner program. The partner program does have minimums around the how many technically certificated people you need. So if you want to be able to progress through and earn more margins and earn more opportunities that way, as well as also kind of some of the fringe benefits you get as you kind of move up through the levels, then you will need to have a certain amount of technically certificated people on board as well. So it's all part of kind of a bigger picture in what we're doing with the partner portal, the partner program. So those are kind of what I see as some of the main business benefits. Obviously, as we kind of move forward and as we kind of start to share this on a wider platform with the partners and with you guys, what we will be doing is obviously building this into obviously a program that you can see. But I just really wanted to touch on this so you can at least see exactly where we are going in terms of the business benefits for our partner community. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand over to Eleonora, who obviously is going to talk you through the partner portal and access and everything. I will be back at the end to do some Q&A, but it's been great speaking to you guys, and thank you very much for your time.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us, Ian. Thank you so much for this wonderful welcome. So what I will be showing to you is a high-level overview and demonstration of the program on the partner portal. So first of all, a reminder on how you can get access to the partner portal. The first option is that you request access from your dedicated Netwrix account manager. All our sales people are enabled to give access to partners to the partner portal. Another option that we just released yesterday is for you to request the access from the Netwrix website. We have a special tab called Partners. There you have a login page for the partner portal, and there is a special new application form that where once fulfilled, you will be able to request the access. And the third option is for you to ask access from your partner portal admin. So usually this is the main contact who works with Netwrix, because by default, the person who applies for the partnership with Netwrix, he or she becomes a Netwrix Partner Portal admin. So now let me start showing you the certification page on the partner portal. So as you see, we have added a special additional tab on the partner portal called certifications. So starting today, this is your main support for any certifications with Netwrix. I would like to say that in beginning of 2019, we will be adding an additional certifications page for sales certifications. As most of you know, right now we are giving access to sales certification based on request. So we give you access to the Netwrix Partner University, where you can access the trainings. But from Q1, we will have it on the partner portal as well. So for the technical certification, what we are offering you right now are two competencies, two tracks: the Certified Netwrix Engineer and the Pro Netwrix Engineer. The Certified Netwrix Engineer gives you knowledge and skills to succeed in the project discovery stage. The Pro Netwrix Engineer is the next level that is available for you only after a successful completion of the Certified Netwrix Engineer course. Your main point of contact, your examiner, your support will be Anton Tkach. He will be consulting you regarding all the exams. He will be helping you on the road. So please do not forget to ask your questions and make sure you get all the necessary support. So in order to enroll into the program, you need to apply on the partner portal. So Certified Netwrix Engineer is your first step. I have already started to pass this course as a user, so you can see that my bar already shows to me that the first step was fulfilled. The first step, the prerequisite, is to get access to the Netwrix Partner University, where all our trainings are located. So if you don't have access to the university yet, this option will be as a request access for you. If you have it already, as I do, this step will be already fulfilled for you. Once you have access, we also ask you to download the Netwrix Auditor Virtual Appliance from the partner portal, so you are ready to conduct customer-facing demos. Then, once you have access and once you have downloaded the Netwrix Auditor Virtual Appliance, you get access to the trainings on the Netwrix University. There are 4 trainings for this course, and you can watch them as many times as you need in order to get the necessary knowledge. The first training does not have a quiz. 3 next trainings, they have a quizzes, and you can pass them multiple times. So once all the trainings are successfully passed, you will have an option to request an exam from the partner portal. The request will go directly to Anton, and he will get back to you and schedule a session at a time convenient for you. He will also provide you with exam content, exam requirements, and all the necessary documentation, so you can get prepared really efficiently and quickly. And once the exam is successfully passed, you will be able to download a Certified Netwrix Engineer online badge right from the portal and start using it in your social media profiles, in your signature, etc., etc., and also request a Certified Netwrix Engineer certificate. The certificate is given per request only, because this is an official document from Netwrix. It will be digitally signed by our Chief Executive Officer and Chief Financial Officer, and this will be our channel operations team who will be sending it to you over via email. So now let's have a quick look at the Pro Netwrix Engineer competency. So, as I said before, this competency is available to you only upon completion of the Certified Network Engineer track. So, if the Certified Network Engineer is not completed, you won't be able to enroll. The prerequisite is the completion, also the download of the Netwrix Auditor Virtual Appliance, and there is one required training currently, the Netwrix Auditor PSC Best Practices. We will be adding more trainings within the year and in Q1. Right now, it's the training that is based on the best practices of our pre-sales engineers and gives you knowledge on how to better conduct POC in order to shorten the sales cycle. Anton Tkach will be covering this topic in more detail after my presentation. So once you successfully complete this training, you will be able to get your digital badge, to request an exam and request a certificate. So now I will be passing to Anton Tkach. But before that, I wanted to give you a quick overview of the certificates that I mentioned before and the online badges. So as you see, all the certificates will be personalized, and as I said before, they will be signed by our C-level management and sent over to you via email. They will be in the format that can be printed. So hopefully you will hang it on your wall and show it to your customers every time you have meetings. So now I'm passing over to Anton.
Okay, thank you, Leonora. Thank you, Ian. So, hello everybody. My name is Anton Tkach, and I'm EMEA Channel Technical Lead, and I'm responsible for the technical side of the certification program. And today I will do a short overview of what was implemented and how you should pass it. So, I'm the one who have prepared all the video courses, and I will be your examiner during the one-to-one exam for EMEA. All the trainings are based on the experience and expertise of many teams like tech support, product management, pre-sales engineers, and of course my own experience while working with customers, partners, and doing POCs for all kinds of customers, from small ones to really huge enterprise customers with thousands of users worldwide. So for certified Netwrix engineer, there are 4 video sessions, which include demo best practices, deployment and configuration best practices, fine-tuning and troubleshooting best practices, as well as the most popular applications, audit enablement like Active Directory and file server deployment best practices. After you pass all the quizzes, you will be able to request an exam, and you will receive a detailed exam requirements and with success criteria and rubric. So let's quickly cover certified Netwrix engineer requirements. Online exam. So it consists of 3 parts. The first one is demo lab configuration evaluation. The second one is a demo of Netwrix Auditor and a technical discussion. So during the demo lab assessment, I will assess the installation and configuration of Netwrix Auditor in the demo environment. It could be your own production environment or virtual environment. It would be enough if you add just a couple of auditing platforms, applications, but lab configuration should be accurate. It should be configured according to best practices, without unknown values, errors, and warnings. During the second part, the partner should successfully do a demo of Netwrix Auditor to me, and I will play the part of a potential customer, play the role of potential customer. So during this part, I will ask some frequent customers questions. And finally, we will have a technical discussion about all the applications, auditing enablement, Active Directory, just to verify that you have good knowledge, solid knowledge, and understanding of the required topics. So take your time to prepare for it, and I would recommend to use all the knowledge that you will learn during the video trainings. So generally, it should take about 1 hour and a half, including the after exam discussion. Okay, so requirements for Pro Netwrix Engineer. At the current moment, there is only one POC workflow video session. This video training should boost your sales by speeding up POC and helping you to close deals faster. You will find, as usually, quiz at the end, and most likely we will add more technical video sessions here related to deep dive file server auditing, NetApp and EMC auditing, add-ons configuration, and of course, data discovery and classification edition, installation, and configuration. One-to-one exam will consist of 2 parts. So the first one is Netwrix Auditor Pre-Configuration Assessment, and the second one is Implementation Assessment. During the first part, you should provide the evidence that you have followed the procedures described in the POC training. So you have successfully defined success criteria, the scope of the POC, the stages, and etc., with corresponding supporting documents. I will join the session with the customer, which you will start by summarizing all the topics above. Since everything is clear and concrete, there is no need for me to be during the installation procedure by itself. The next session is implementation assessment, and during this session, the partner will perform Netwrix Auditor implementation assessment for a real customer in his environment. So using his customer's data, and he will finalize it by showing the demo on the customer's collected audit data, by presenting issues discovered, IT risks, behavior anomalies, and of course, how the products satisfy the defined success criteria. I will assess the success of the POC overall and whether all the steps were completed correctly as specified in the POC training. We recommend choosing a customer from 500 to 2,000 users and do a POC using just several Netwrix Auditor applications in a simple IT infrastructure. Simple IT infrastructure is the best, and environment could be from 5 to 10 Active Directory domain controllers, couple of simple Windows file servers, no DFS clusters, NetApp or EMC, couple of Windows servers, and VMware if necessary. Okay, so couple of words at the end. So first of all, please listen carefully for what I'm sharing with you during the video trainings. So there are a lot of hidden and helpful tips and tricks inside that might be very useful for you, even if you are a highly experienced professional. So just download the script and follow it while you go through the video training. So secondly, the correct answers definitely exist for all the questions in the quizzes. We try to be as much more straightforward, but sometimes we are using tricky questions, so please read them carefully before answering. Third, don't try to cheat and try to pass the exam by guessing the correct answers using brute force attack methods. So we will uncover your weak points anyway during the online one-to-one exam. So the session will be recorded and shared with you. If you have any questions regarding the quizzes, so feel free to use comments in the Netwrix University or ask them directly. So just give me a note and we can have a short call to discuss if you have any questions regarding them. Each partner sales engineer is assessed individually, so no teamwork is accepted. And finally, at the end of each session, I will provide the score. Of course, I will give my comments. We can have some short discussion regarding the how you did the exam. So there is nothing to worry about. We definitely will have some good time during the one-to-one exams, and good luck. Now, let's listen about the experience of our first partner who just recently successfully passed Certified Netwrix Engineer exam, Dennis van Leur from UBM Global. Hello, Dennis. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Anton. Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis van Leur, and I'm working for UBM Global as a sales engineer for Netwrix Auditor. And I will tell a little bit about how I did experience the certification program. For me, it was a complete certification program. The Netwrix Engineer Certification Program covers different aspects of Netwrix Auditor, from how to give a demonstration, how to configure Netwrix Auditor, and how to troubleshoot Netwrix Auditor. For me as a sales engineer, it was a very useful training to follow, but it can also be useful for other technical people that are working with Netwrix Auditor. One of the interesting parts of the training for me was the guideline how to give a demonstration based on a custom role. For example, how to give a presentation for an IT manager and how for an engineer. The training gives you a guideline of which reports and functionalities are interesting for which person. And I think that especially for the people who give demos about Netwrix Auditor, this has extra value. Other part of the training that I did find interesting was that the training covers how to give a demonstration based on the main concerns and pain points of the customer and how to cover them in the demos with the functionalities of Netwrix Auditor, which shows the possibilities that Netwrix Auditor can offer to the customer. I did find that the training take on a professional manner. It's not only answering questions, but also your practical knowledge will be tested. What shows that you also manage the practice of Netwrix Auditor. And because there's a practice part, it also gives you the possibility to discuss with the Netwrix system engineer the training and go deeper into the questions. At the end of the exam, you don't hear only that you did passed or that you did failed, but you also get advice of the areas that you can improve. My overall experience of the training is very positive. I did learn new things and things that I can improve. The amount of time that the Netwrix system engineer takes to answer your questions is very good, and also the amount of time you need to spend on the training is good. It takes a few hours to complete the training. This was a little bit about how I did experience the training, and at last I want to wish everyone good luck with the following the training. Okay. Back to you, Eleanor.
Hi, I just gave the control to Ian back. So Ian?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, yep, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. Well, thank you for that, Dennis. That was really good and a really good insight into having somebody who's actually kind of gone through the early adopter piece. You know, obviously we are very excited about the fact that it kind of looks really good. And I think, you know, from Eleonora and Anton, again, thank you very much for giving that really kind of fascinating insight and overview to what the program is going to look like. I hope that a lot of people on the call have kind of really kind of understood exactly what that is and kind of how they're going to go about it. I think the thing that's kind of, you know, interesting for me is, you know, not just the fact that it's not just about the fact that it's online and people can go on and kind of, as Anton kind of joked a little bit about, just kind of be able to guess the answers to be able to become certificated, because I think that's one of the biggest kind of bugbears and gripes that a lot of partners have, kind of the ones who are committed to a technology, because they realize that on some other programs, and some that I've worked at before as well, where partners can just kind of guess the questions and answers and get certificated that way. This way, you know that the people who are certificated have gone about doing it, you know, in the right way, which is, yes, doing the online questions, but also have to do a practical piece as well. So you know that there is definitely a, you know, a kind of a process that they've gone through to be able to do that. So, right, enough of me rambling on. Let's go to questions, because it feels like we're going to finish a little bit early today, which is good. So we'll be able to get a bit of time back. I think, Arena, have you got the questions from today?
Ian, yeah, so we have a couple of questions.
Yep.
One question is from Tobias Schumacher. So the question is, we had already completed all the old courses. We just checked that Tobias is talking about the sales certification courses. Why are these not taken into account? That was a lot of work. So I think it's a question both to Anton and Ian.
So, so first of all, I mean, I'll answer it from kind of the sales side of things. We did recognise at the start of the year that the sales certification program of getting you to go through all the modules was overly large, should we say, which is why we kind of cut the sales side down to kind of a more kind of a one module thing, which if you went on and saw now, you'd see it's only one module instead of all those modules that you were doing before, which again, you know, was a really hard thing to do, and it was a lot of time to take for the kind of the partners to really kind of commit into. I think the real answer here though is because we've updated the technology and the platform so much over the last kind of 6 to 9 months, I think it's definitely worth going through the videos again just to kind of check. But as I said before, the main element to this is really going to be about doing that kind of one-to-one practical certification with Anton, because that's where you will actually kind of get the certification from. So if you feel confident enough and you've kind of had a kind of quick update through the videos on the partner portal, then I would suggest to kind of book in with Anton pretty quickly, and it hopefully will give you a good kind of starting point to get there as quickly as. But again, as I say, it's definitely worth going on to this new one and having a look at what the changes are and just making sure that you are kind of up to speed on it.
Okay.
Anton, I mean, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I can add that the sales courses are pretty much different from the technical courses, where I have shared a lot of technical ideas and details that definitely you should follow while doing the POCs and installations. So it's definitely worth watching and answering the quiz. And of course, the online exam is the important one.
Okay, thank you so much. So there is one more question from Andres Shia. I think it's for Anton. Is there a plan for getting the virtual appliance in a Hyper-V format too?
If I have quite a lot of feedback in that direction, I will definitely prepare the Hyper-V version of it.
Yeah, so I just wanted to comment on this, that all the new features on the partner portal, all the new features like all the new technical enablement pieces and everything we are doing for partners, we created based on partner feedback as well. So once we have a lot of requests, we understand that this is something that our partners need right now. So if you have something like this, if you have any needs or requests, please direct it to your Netwrix account manager or to netwrix.channel@netwrix.com, and we will take everything into account. So there is a question from Federico. Will the certification be available in multi-languages or only in English? Ian, I think it's a question for you.
Yeah, so to start with, Federico, it's a really good question. To begin with, it will just be in English, but our plan is, and it is a a short-term plan, is that we will look to do translations into kind of local languages. We're just drawing up which ones we're going to do that in, and who's going to obviously do the translations and presentations. But yes, our kind of medium to long-term plan is to localize the training. Obviously, for kind of launch, we are launching in English, and obviously, I know that's not perfect for everybody, but it kind of gives us the widest kind of grouping and appeal straight off the bat. But yes, we will definitely be looking to do localizations as well.
Okay, perfect. So there's a question from Massimo, and I think I will go to Anton. So, hello, about the demo during the exam. It's assumed we have to use the downloaded appliance and perform the demo using it. But what if someone like me has a customized environment with a typical customer production installation with a standalone Netwrix server, a separate SQL Server machine, and if I use real data for the demo, is fine anyway, or I have to deploy a new appliance to use a standard exam environment?
Well, actually, as I have mentioned, as I have said, that it is up to you what kind of environment you are going to use for the demo. So there would be a separate. I will assess your separate assessment criteria. The first one, I would assess your demo lab, and then it's up to you. Feel free to use your own demo lab environment for the Netwrix demo. It is not necessary to use virtual appliance that I'm sharing with you.
Okay, thank you. There is a question from Zane Ryan, and I think this question is for myself. I already have access to the partner portal. Can you repeat what has to be done to request access to the Netwrix University? So if you never had access to Netwrix University, now you can request it by applying to the Certified Netwrix Engineer course. So as I showed it to you during the demo, the access to Netwrix University is a prerequisite, and you can request it just by clicking the Request Access button. So Zane, just go to the partner portal, go to the certifications tab. It's already available live today. Click on the Certified Netwrix Engineer course, apply for it, and you will be able to request access, and you will get it within 24 hours. You will get an activation email from Netwrix Partner University. You will have to activate your account. You will be asked to fulfill some contact details and upload your picture for the Netwrix Partner University account, but it won't take a lot of time. And once you have access, you will never ever have a problem with accessing all the courses. So there is also a question from Haider. Will you guys sending a summary of where to find all the URLs, how to register, and so on? Yes, Haider, there will be a follow-up with the steps, and if you already have access to the portal and you just go to the certifications tab, all the steps are pretty straightforward. And when we were developing the user experience for the program, we really took into account that we wanted to be as convenient as possible for partners, as easy as possible. So I'm sure you won't have any problems, but still, if you face any challenges, you can reach out to your account executive or to netwrix.channel@netwrix.com. There is a question from Michelle. Hello, for the second certification, you attend to installation and configuration, but our clients are French, so the installation will be in French. Is it a problem? It is a question for Anton.
There are two ways how we can resolve it. So the first one, we will use our French-speaking sales engineer instead of me. Or another option, I will be presenting only on the first parts where you without a customer, so you can do the presentation for me in English of what you have achieved before installing the product and what you have achieved after that, and you will leave all the customer work by yourself, only with our sales engineer, French-speaking sales engineer.
Okay. Can we have Anton's email address, please, Haider? Haider, so all of you will receive a follow-up with a slide deck, and what I will add to the slide deck are our emails, so you will have them. Ian's, mine, and Anton, so you will be able to ask any questions you have. Okay. So, team, I think we answered pretty all questions. There were several questions before, but we already answered them in a written form. So what I wanted to mention as well to our partners that we really now developing our partner enablement program, and there will be more online partner enablement events coming soon. So the next one will be on September 20th. It will be a webinar with Anton and Ian about how to upsell your services by using sample security scenarios. This is really an exciting topic that will help you grow your business, and Anton will be sharing, tips and tricks, how to, upgrade your order and so on and so forth. So you will receive an invitation soon with the registration link. We will be really happy if you attend this event. And also in October, we will be hosting a webinar about the new release of Netwrix Auditor 9.7. This is an exciting release for our company, so also please stay tuned, and we really appreciate your interest in Netwrix.
Yep, thank you very much, everybody. Hope to catch up with you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.